I'm here to open 100 Theros Beyond Death packs. Actually, a few more than that. Hold on. Let's see if we remember the code. Play Theros. Whoops, I have something open that's gonna. See if we remember the code. Redo the thing. Redeem code failure. Play Theros. No spaces. I think. Try that. Yes, 103 packs. Okay. So as I do this, I just want to kind of crank on through and so I want to check something here. I want to crank on through and just look at the cards. I really haven't looked at a lot of the Theros cards. I mean, I've glanced at them in passing, and I understand this is like an enchantment set, but I don't really have a good sense of all of them. I don't have a good picture. So we're just going to kind of go through and see what we get. So we got to get started because 100 packs is a lot. I'm doing this super early in the morning because baby got up, needed to feed. Now wife went back to bed. Now it's like, oh, it's time for me to open magic packs. That's a great time. All right. So, take a drink of coffee. Let's get at this. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to probably pass over anything that doesn't have text because I generically will understand what a 4-mana 2/5 is going to do. I mainly play standard. I play some historic. Not a lot of draft, but I like it. It's fine. So, let's see what we got here. Hero of Nyxborn. An enchantment creature, not legend. Has a soldier token, so when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human creature token, 2/2 for 3. And whenever I cast a spell that targets Hero of Nyxborn, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end turn. An interesting card. I could maybe see this making it into like a Hero of Precinct 1 style deck. I'm just not sure. Really, the question is not like if this card is bad. I don't think this card's bad. I think it's really awesome, but it's really just going to be a question of like, can it push out the other cards that you have in your option? Not that even Hero Precinct 1 is really all of that popular of a card right now. So let's see what our rare is. Oh, did this just happen? It just disappeared. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see it the next time we get it in one of our rare packs. That's fine. Let's see what we got. Enemy Enlightened. So I guess we can actually. I should probably just be starting with the commons. Discordant Piper. When dies, create a goat token. That's kind of cool. I always like cards that just give you a creature afterwards, especially because I've always been a fan of like a aristocrat style sacrifice stuff decks. Voracious Typhon? Sure. Has escape, costs 4 for a 4/4. It escapes with 3+1/+1 counters on it. Escapes for 7. Probably limited style card. I don't know if it'll ever see standard play. That's okay. Warbriar Blessing. Enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, enchant creature fights up to one target creature you don't control, and it gets +2/+0. I kind of like this. Honestly, I could see this making it into an actual deck because it can be right. It's removal and it's a health buff, so that's kind of cool. And it's an enchantment. So if you're playing an enchantments mana deck, this may be a better choice than like say a Domri's Ambush or I can't remember what the Rabid Bite, I think, is the name of the card, I think. So, I don't know. It might see standard play, and it depends if there's an enchantment deck. I actually don't even know if there's going to be. Flying. Aura spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Again, maybe if there's a lot of auras. I don't see it happening. Satyr's Cunning. Create a 1/1 red satyr creature token. With this creature can't block. Okay, a 1 mana, create a 1/1. Creature can't block. And it escapes. Probably not right now, given the 1 mana 1/1s, the 1 mana red creatures we have. It's just not going to run. It's not going to compete. Next, we got a Spirit here, 1 mana 1/2 lifelink. When an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura. Draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it. Maybe. It's an interesting card. You played on turn 1. You definitely don't have any auras out. Turn 2, you put an aura on this. Turn 3, you put an aura on this. If it dies, I draw 2. Maybe. The nice thing about it is if this is your 1-drop and you're holding a lot of auras, it can refill your hand. I've always found a problem, right? The natural problem with a deck built around auras is that if for some reason I don't have a creature on the board, or I didn't draw a creature, or I got bored, any number of these things, I might have a hand of auras that I can't play. Sorry, I keep hearing noises from my door, and it's like making me really nervous. It's making me suspicious. So this card can solve that problem. So maybe if you want to play that style deck, this could be good. Don't know. Unsure. Enemy of the Enlightenment, 6 mana, enchantment creature, demon, flying. Enemy of the Enlightenment gets -1/-1 for each card in your opponent's hand. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. It's kind of neat that it has a ongoing discard effect. I don't know if it would ever make it in like a standard deck, but I could see someone playing like this is a really annoying card to drop down in a commander game. Super annoying in limited, right? Drop this thing, it's just like, oh my god, if I don't have a way to get rid of this 5/5, it makes me each player discards a card. Okay. Still could be good though, right? Constantly making your opponent discard cards. Maybe you have card draw engine that you built around. Cool card. Cost 6 though, pretty expensive. And then so I actually have gotten a few of these already. This is the third one I got because I opened I had 110 packs originally, so I bought the pre-order and then I had a bunch of gold I saved up. So I have 2 of these. This is the third one now. Flying Lifelink, whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end turn. Whenever Dream Trawler attacks, draw a card. So isn't this sweet? This is on the board. You draw a card, it becomes a 4/5 at the beginning of your turn. When you attack, right, you declare attackers, damage not dealt yet. You draw another card, it becomes a 5/5. Awesome. And then I can discard a card, gain hexproof till end turn. Amazing. It's so good. I'm so excited to try this card. Mainly because of this hexproof phase. I mean, the damage and lifelink is nice. And the flying, but I don't even know what I'm saying. It's all good. It's all good. But giving it hexproof is incredible because what a pain. It's like, okay, I'm drawing an extra card every turn, and if you don't have any flyers, like what? I'll just keep discarding. What do I care, right? Like it's great. It's amazing. All right, let's put these away. See what's next. Drink some coffee. Find out what's the next thing. Sorry, I should really probably be watching my channel to know if it's crashed or, some gobbledygook like that. Channel, and I got to turn off the sound or I get in trouble. Okay, we've got, so we opened it. Is this gonna, it's mad. Whoops, forget, sorry. Bye, it's gone. Okay, next one. Because I clicked out of the app and then when I clicked back in, it registered as a click. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What do we got here? We didn't see this one before, but this looks pretty. So let's see. Trample. At the beginning of each combat, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Stampede Rider gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it becomes a 3/4 if I have a 4 power creature out already. It could be good. I guess I could see it with even this actually doesn't seem that bad with a questing beast. Turn 3, I get this 2/3 drop questing beast. Now I'm swinging at you for 7. I don't know. It doesn't seem great, but it could be okay. It could be all right, right? If you're looking to make some bigger boys for cheap. Dreadful Apathy, enchantment aura, enchanted creature can attack or block, and then I can exile the enchanted creature. It's a good card, right? It kind of gives you the option of if I don't want to. I guess it's kind of like a more expensive. Okay, the nice part is that right? Cards like Prison Realm and Conclave Tribunal and this whole white cycle of enchantments that exile a creature, right? They get their creature back if I lose the enchantment. This one, at least, I can play it. The creature can't attack or block. Still uses activate abilities, so that's a little scary. But I pay 3 and I can exile the creature then, and then the creature doesn't come back. So that is maybe okay. And then this goes away because the creature's gone. Rage Scarred Berserker. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. A cool, interesting card. Probably not going to be played in standard. It's whatever. Scavenging Harpy. Enters the battlefield, exile target card from opponent's graveyard. Probably just limited stuff, and we've already seen the Typhon. Heliod's Punishment. An enchanted creature. When it enters the battle with 4 task counters on it. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. It loses all abilities and has tap, remove a task counter from Heliod's Punishment. Then if it has no task counters, destroy Heliod's Punishment. Oh, interesting. For 2, it's a can't attack or block, and then it can remove these task counters over time. I don't know. No one's going to play this. Don't we have... I'm pretty sure we have Pacifism in standard right now. Maybe not. But we have other cards like this. I mean, right? We obviously have this one down here. So I don't think I'd play this. This seems not good, right? Right? That's it? I guess if you had a way to put more counters on the creature. But even then, you're... I mean, if the format was so fast that I had to have a 2-mana can't attack or block enchantment, I guess it would make sense. But I really am... I guess I don't see it. I'm not seeing that. Let's see what our rare is. Protean Thaumaturge has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Protean Thaumaturge become a copy of another target creature, except it has this ability. It's cool. I just don't see it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know what I'd do with this. I mean, maybe if I had creatures, it's just like, right, the more cards I need for a combo, so I need this, I need another creature I want to copy that's already on the battlefield, then I need to play an enchantment. Could be good though, right? Because it doesn't have to be my creature, right? So I could turn this guy 2-mana 1/1. Someone plays a Questing Beast. Like let's say they ramped, so turn 3 they drop the Questing Beast. Man, I'm dropping an enchantment and getting my own Questing Beast. Could be okay. Next pack. Wow, we're not very far into this. All right. Let's do some of these. Maybe I should stop going over these normal cards, only if they catch my attention, the commons. I mean, I'm sure we'll actually start to just run into the ground on some of these. We'll have seen them all. So let's check them out. The Grove Dancer. Whenever land card is put in your graveyard from anywhere, gain 1 life. Top card of your library in your graveyard. No. Not going to be a thing, I don't think. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Arena Trickster. Not a bad card, just not really at the standard level, unfortunately. Let's go up to our uncommon. We've seen Satyrs coming. Let's go to the uncommon. Slaughter Priest of Mogis. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, it gets +2/+0, and then I can pay 2 to sacrifice another creature enchantment, and it gains first strike. 2-mana 2/2 that I can sacrifice a permanent to get +4. So whenever you sacrifice a permanent, it gets +2/+0. So I can stack these on top of each other. There maybe is a world where you sack a bunch of stuff and this guy's a huge bum rush, but I guess I just don't see it. It's a cool idea, but... And Phalanx Tactics. Target creature you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Each other creature you control gets +1/+1. This is not a bad card for an instant. Especially if you had like a tokens deck. If a tokens deck could work right now, I just don't know if it can. It's cool. And Tectonic Giant. I think I've gotten a few of these already too. Let's read it. I haven't read it. I don't know what it does. So 4-mana 3/4. 2 colorless, 2 red. When Tectonic Giant attacks or becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, choose one. Deals 3 damage to each opponent. Or exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of turn, you may play that card. This is a cool card. I don't know if it'll see standard play. Because the question is, what deck does it go in? And is it fast enough? Like at 4, like a lot of mono red decks I feel are peaking around turns 2 and 3, or that they're putting on a lot of pressure turns 2 and 3. And then do they want to play this on turn 4 over like a Torbrand, or what else would we plan for? Like a, or I guess like another, like one of the Chandras. I don't know. I just don't know if they will. It's an interesting card. It is an elemental though. That is kind of neat too. So I don't know, you could throw it in an elementals deck. That might be fun. Next up. We got one new card. So you can see I've looked at some cards already, but Memory Drain, a 4-mana counterspell with the Scry, whatever. Gift of Strength, I think we've seen in other sets, but target creature gets +3/+3, gains reach, and a Flash Defender, 0/5. Then we've got Thaumaturge. Hey, we remember Thaumaturge, we just saw him. When he enters the battlefield, scry 1. He's a 3-mana 1/3. Nope, 3-mana 1/3 is not gonna do it. Let's see what we got here. Dreamstalker Manticore. Whenever you cast your first spell during your opponent's turn, deals 1 damage to any target. It's kind of cool. I just don't. I mean, this theme of casting spells during your opponent's turn doesn't have me that excited. We'll see. Maybe there's enough cards to support it. It's just right now I just don't see a reason why I would do it. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, you gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. So I either get to gain 3 life or draw the card, and then I can escape. No, not good enough. Archon of the Sun's Grace. A Archon, flying lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. In Constellation, whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create Pegasus creatures. Sweet card for an enchantment deck. I like this. 3/4 for 4 flying lifelink is a fair price. And the constellation ability, if you're running a bunch of enchantments, is great. So, cool. I like that one. I'm happy to have that one. Because I think at some point I'll want to try an enchantments deck. All right, let's see what we got here. Grim Physician, when it dies, something is -1/-1. That's cool. I like that. This is nice. Don't know if it'll see standard play, but still a cool card. Traveler's Amulet. Oh, this is a great card, and I love this art. I didn't know they reprinted Traveler's Amulet. I have a bunch of these things for like Commander and stuff, but I have the older ones. Altar of the Pantheon. Your devotion to each color and each combination of colors is increased by 1. Oh, if this was 1 mana, this might be an insane card, but add 1 mana of any color if you control a god. Oh, it taps for mana too. If you control god, demigod, or legendary enchantment, you gain life. Again, it could probably a fine card. It's just when I see it, I'm just like, oh, it's a mana card for Commander. Look, it makes 1 mana of any color. And we got Brine Giant. Spells cost 1 less for each enchantment you control. Could be okay, but you're playing it on 7 mana, so it sort of isn't really that exciting. Ooh, this is a good card, though. This is going to be a good sideboarded card. Exile target artifact or enchantment. There's a lot. And I'm assuming there's more enchantments now, but there's a lot of artifacts and enchantments that are annoying in Standard. So this is a powerful card to be brought in. Farika's Spawn. Escape cost for... It's a 3/4 for 4. Exile 3 other cards from your graveyard for 6. Comes back with 2 +1/+1 counters. And when it enters this way, each opponent sacrifices a non-Gorgon creature. You know... I don't know. It's not great. But it's sort of cool, right? Because you can escape more as many times as you want. And you exile only 3 cards from your graveyard. So if you had a deck... If you're playing this late game, this is a nice card to have in your graveyard and just be like, sacrifice your creatures, sacrifice your creatures, sacrifice your creatures. Probably not going to see standard play. And who do we got here? Anax, hardened in the forge. Its power is equal to your devotion to red. When Anax or another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token with this creature can't block. Oh, so this is the satyr, and if the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2. Oh, I kind of like this. So he's instantly a 2/3 just by playing him. And whenever him or another non-token dies, I get 1/1s. And if it's a powerful enough 1/1, I get 2, or a power enough creature, I get 2 1/1s. It's cool. Cool card. Let's see what our rare is. Thrix, the Sudden Storm. Oh, this is a great card. Flash flying, spells you cast with converted mana, cost 5 or greater, cost 1 less to cast, and can't be countered. There's a lot of counterspell hate in this set, so this is one of the cards. Let's see what we're doing on our thing. 634. All right, let's keep on moving. What do we got here? Return target creature enchantment. Glory Bearers. Whenever another creature you control attacks, has +1/+0 or +0/+1. That's fine. Another Heroic of Existence. Nexus Wanderers. Reach. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 2 life. There's maybe a world where this gets played. I don't know. Nessian Wanderer. Oh, this is a great card. This is one that maybe a standard playable. So whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a land card from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. I like this card a lot. Honestly, if you want a deck that just wants to ramp a lot, and there are cards in this set that let you play more than 1 land a turn, this is a great card. And another great one too, Grey Merchant of Asphodel. This is apparently a reprint. People, if you see this, they talk about it on Reddit and things like that. But yeah. When it enters the battlefield, your opponent each opponent loses X life, or X is your devotion to black, and you gain life equal to life lost this way. So maybe not a bad standard card. We'll see. But amazing commander card, right? Oh man, the pain. Let's see what our rare is. Oh, Bronzehide Lion. Great card. I'm familiar with this one actually. So Bronzehide Lion is a 2 mana 2/3 or 3/3. You can give it indestructible for a green and a white. And then when it dies, it turns into an aura enchantment with enchant creature you control and pay green white. The creature gains indestructible until end of turn, and it loses all other abilities. So that's a great one. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What do we got interesting in here? Wow. Still new stuff coming in the Wings of Hubris, so some equipment. Equipped creatures can't be blocked, but yeah. It gives it flying, and if you sacrifice it, it can't be blocked. Sack it at the next end step. Not very exciting. We got a little mana ramper here, it looks like. 2 mana, 1/1. Add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 mana. Probably not going to see play in Standard, but you never know, really, honestly. It's like maybe when some other mana guys rotate out, which I am not thinking of well, but whatever was in the, maybe in the next year. What do we got here? A Satyr Blood Aspirant, a Satyr Berserker. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on them, and then for 2 tap, I can sack a creature or enchantment and deals 1 damage to target creature. That creature can't block this turn. Oh, that's an interesting card. So 1/1 for 2. You have to have a lot of permanents to sack, it feels, but it could happen. Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. I like this card too. I've seen this one. So 2 white. His devotion, his toughness is equal to your devotion. He's a 2/0 to start for 2. So he comes in, he's a 2/2, just plain. And whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, gain 1 life. This is a good card. I think, because if you're running mono white and your devotion white is high enough, because say in turn 1 I play obviously like a white creature, turn 2 I play him, I've got a 1 something, like maybe a 2/1 or a 1/1 or a 1/2, and then I've got a 2/3, and then on turn 3 I'm going to play another thing, and probably at worst case scenario he's a 2/4, best case he's like 2/5 or 2/6, right? And that's a big guy. I'm gaining life and stuff like that. That's great. Idyllic Tutor. Oh, it was good. This is a fine card. 3 mana, search your library for an enchantment, reveal it, put it into your hand. It's a good card. It's a nice I don't think it's a reprint. It might be a reprint. But it's a good commander card. That's mainly why I care about it. It could be a good standard card too. It's just not obvious to me. That enchantments are all that strong yet, so we'll see. There are strong enchantments, but is it worth it having a tutor for them? I don't know. We're just going to look at Hero of the Pride here. Whenever you cast spells that target Hero of the Pride, creatures you control. God, another token card. Is there like some really cheap tokens deck that people can play? Because it seems like there's a lot of... Here's another one that's like buff everything because you cast a spell. That could be good. What do we got here? Put target enchantment on the bottom of its owner library. That's annoying. And we got a wild card. Sweet. I haven't seen this, but we should look at this one. Gets +1/+1, has vigilance, and I can bring it back for exiling 2 cards for the escape cost. So, what are you? Sack a creature, draw a card. Oh, that's interesting. Could be good. All right, let's check out this. Nylea's Intervention. Oh, look at this. This is cool art. You see the god back here and all the, like, what looks like a Hydra, but I don't know, it looks like ostrich Hydra or something. Choose one. Search your library for up to X land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand. So it's green X is the casting cost. It's a sorcery. So you can either find land cards or it deals twice X damage to each creature with flying. Huh. I don't think this is very good, but maybe it's another commander card, right? Like, because the thing I never understood when I was younger, but now I kind of understand about Magic is like, so if I cast this for 4 or 5 and I pull 5 lands out of my deck, that's pretty good, right? Because now I'm not going to draw those lands, right? I've really thinned out my deck and now I'm only drawing the good stuff. So these may be well. Now the question is, it's like, so in my hypothetical just now, I did X equals 5, which means I just spent 7 mana to draw 5 lands, which sounds horrible. So goodbye. Let's move on. It sounds like the worst idea ever. But my backup, maybe Commander. This could be like this is like the name of this video. Hashtag maybe Commander. Final Death. Exile target creature for 5. Good. What am I trying? Limited card, but not great standard card. Although people play, it's only a creature. People have played, will probably still play 4 mana exile effects. So what do we got here? Enchant creature you control when it enters the battlefield deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker for 4. Okay. And buffs the creature. That's actually a better rate than some other damage spells that are out there now. So maybe, only deals target creature or planeswalker. So maybe in some sort of red control deck, but a red control deck probably won't have a creature they really care to give +1/+1. So I don't know. Towering Wave Mystic. When it deals damage, target player puts that many cards from the top of their library into their graveyard. I don't know. I don't feel anything about that, so we'll move on. These cards are cool, these omens. There's a set of omens. So they all flash. Here's the black one. Costs 1 mana. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Awesome card. And then for 3, I can sack it and scry 2. Cool card. Here's another Wanderer. Here's another Enemy Enlightenment. Let's see what our rare is. The Nadir Kraken. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on a Digger Kraken and create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. It's a 2/3 for 3. I don't know. Maybe. I just can't think of a blue deck where I'd really want to do this all that much. I don't know. We'll pass on it. Pass. I pass. Ooh, we got some new stuff in here. So we've got Irreverent Revelers. Enters the battlefield, choose one. Destroy target artifact. Gains haste until or this card gains haste. Huh. Not a standard card. And flying, this gains vigilance lifelink. Yep, more limited cards. Drafting. Let's see what we got here. So this is their devotion, green's devotion creature, legendary creature. So for 4, it's a 0/3. Its power is equal to your devotion to green. Shouldn't it be a star where the 0 is? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. That's kind of neat. What do we got here? Entrancing Lyre. Man, I stink. You may choose not to untap it during your untap step. Okay. And then X tap, target creature with power X or less. It doesn't untap during controller's untap step. Good limited card. Kiora Bess the Sea God, a mythic rare. It's an enchantment, a saga enchantment, with 3 stages. So on the first turn you play it, you get an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token with hexproof, which is cool. Then on 2, you tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Also cool. It's 7 mana. And then the last one, gain control of target permanent and opponent controls and untap it. It's neat. If you want to make a fun enchantment, I don't know, like themed deck, I think this, it's a win condition. It wins you the game if you get it out and they can't deal with it. It's pretty good. Let's see what we got here. A few new cards. The Test and Training. So enchant creature you control. Once the Test and Training enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh, okay. An enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has trample. So this could be comboed with some creatures that, you know, there are creatures that are in this set where when you play an enchantment, you get to draw a card. So if you play this, you get to draw 2 cards. I don't know, just getting +1/+0 though is just probably not worth 2 mana and drawing a card. Maybe it is though, who knows. Omen of the Sun, another part of the Omen cycle where you can sacrifice them to scry 2. This one though, Flash, when it enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1 human soldier creature tokens, you gain 2 life. This is not a bad card. I kind of like this card too. More token style cards. It's probably a good white deck in Thassa's Intervention. So there must be an intervention card for each of like these gods. So we looked at the green one, right, where you go get lands. This one is X blue. It's an instant. Choose one, look at the top X cards of your library, put up to 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or counter target spell unless its controller pays twice X. Oh, that's kind of nice. So for 3, I counter it. So this is, I mean, a counter spell and a card that would let me look and draw a couple cards. I kind of like this. It's got a lot of flexibility to it. Could be good. At least like a 1 or 2 of. So we're going to start just ignoring the commons. I mean, you can look at them if you want, people. Uncommon though, Mire Triton, Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library in your graveyard, gain 2 life. Okay, a little dredge style effect. And then Mirror Shield. Equipped creature has +0/+2 and has hexproof, and whenever this creature with Death Touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature. This is a weird card. I mean, I know it's thematic for the Medusa head looking herself in the face with the mirror, but it's too much. Gravebaker Lamia. This is the card that we passed over earlier because we clicked too much. It's a 5 mana 4/4 lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less to cast. I don't know if this is good. This is not a legend. Okay. So this must reduce escape costs as well. The only other thing I could see it with is Kethis, the Hidden Hand, who lets you cast legends from your graveyard, which seems like a cool interaction, but I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it right now. Are there other graveyard costs that are good? Other graveyard things? Unknown Shores. Huh, okay. Soul Guide Lantern. Exile a card from a graveyard. Exile each opponent's graveyard. No, I don't care about that. Ooh, a temple. So here's the temple cycle. There's, I think, 5 more dual lands that they enter tapped, and when they enter the battlefield, scry 1. These are great cards. I'm happy to see that. A couple more uncommons here. We've got Clothis Design. Creatures you control get. So it's a 6 mana card. Creatures get +X until end of turn, where X is your devotion to green. Then we've got Sweet Oblivion, a blue card, 1 in a blue. It's a 2 mana card. Sorcery. Target player puts top 4 cards of the library in their graveyard, and is an escape cost. So it's kind of a repeatable mill effect. That's kind of nice. Let's see what our rare is. Eidolon of Obstruction. A spirit. It's a 2 mana 2 first strike, and loyalty abilities of planeswalkers your opponents control cost 1 more to activate. Oh, that's amazing. People get so used to, people build whole decks around like playing their planeswalkers and things. Like 6 mana planeswalkers, really expensive planeswalkers. This card hurts you so bad. If this is on the board and you just got 6 mana and you want to play your 6 mana planeswalker, it would be horrible, right? Because you'd play it and then you couldn't activate any of the loyalty abilities. This is a cool card. I like this. There aren't a lot of things that, there's almost nothing actually that interrupts a planeswalker's ability to use loyalty abilities, and so that's a nice addition to the game. What do we got here? Chainweb Arachnir Spider. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature with flying and opponent controls, and then it has escape. It gets 3+1. So when it comes back, it's a 4/5. And we'll deal 4 to something. It's a 1 mana 1/2 to begin with. Costs 5. It's good limited. Probably won't see any standard play. What is our rare? Wolfstrider enters the battlefield. So this is a horror, a black 3 mana 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 white goat creature token. If you sacrifice another creature, scry 1. Oh, I can do that at any time. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1. So this lets you sack as many creatures as you want, which I don't think there's a card that let you do that right now in standard. I think you always had to pay a mana or tap to sack. Interesting. And as escape. Escape cost is 5, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard, and it comes with 2+1/+1, so it'll be a 5/4 when you escape it. The escape ability is good. No, sorry, not the escape, the sack ability. The sack as many things as you want is really good, because there's a lot of sacrifice triggered cards right now. All right, we're making it. 15 packs in, we're just going. Furious Rise. At the beginning of your end step, it's an enchantment, a 3 mana enchantment. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, exile a top card of your library. You may play that card until you exile another card with Furious Rise. It's kind of cool. Then we've got Dawn Evangel, a 3 mana 2/3. Whenever a creature dies, if an aura you control is attached to it, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. A neat card, just a little convoluted, because I have to have a creature converted mana 2 or less in my graveyard. I have to have a creature out I have to have this out. I have to have another creature out. Well, I have to have this or another creature that's enchanted, and then that enchanted creature has to die. It's a bit much. Ooh, a mythic wild card. I'm into that. Oh, the moment I say I'm going to switch to only talking about the rares, I see like multicolored uncommons. I'm like, I got to see these. Let's see. So we've got Eutropia, the twice favored, a 3 mana 2/2. Legendary creature, human wizard. Has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains flying until end of turn. It's whatever. Then I've got Triumph of an Axe as Saga, which has 4 steps. Wow. And on 1 through 3, until the end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of lore counters on Triumph of an Axe. So turn 1 it gets +1/+0, turn 2 +2/+0, etc. And then on 4, target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Okay. This is okay. I don't know. I don't think I'd play that. Well, it's kind of a neat card. So for my rare, Delacos, Crafter of Wonders, is a 3 mana 2/4 blue-red. It's a legendary merfolk. You can tap, add 2 colorless, but you can only spend this mana to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. And then equipped creatures you control have flying and haste. I think this will be a really popular commander card, actually. it could find standard play. It's really going to depend on how many artifacts that we get that are worth playing. There are some now, but it's just, I don't know if it'd be worth it to put that card in your deck just for them. Only a couple cards to look at here. We've got Timuret, the Chosen of Death. Black's Devotion, legendary uncommon creature. So there must be a cycle of these legendary uncommon enchantment creatures. So Timuret's toughness is equal to your devotion to black. He's a 2/0 for 2. And you can pay 2, exile up to 2 cards from each graveyard. You gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. This could be an okay card if we got into a meta where there's really popular... what am I trying to say here? If like some kind of graveyard strategy, like a reanimator strategy, was really that popular. It's really not that popular now, so I don't expect this card to do anything, but this would be a powerful counter to it. And then a rare wild card. Boy, that sure makes that one easy. Next pack. Nothing really new. We get the red Omen. When it enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to any target. Sack it, scry 2. That's pretty good. Let's see what our rare is. Oh, and another Delacos. So he's the artifact guy. That was the fastest pack so far. Anything interesting in here? We've got Minions Return, a 3-mana aura with flash. When an enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. Okay. Oh, Heliod's Intervention. So here's the intervention card for Heliod, the white god. It's 2 white and X. Instant, destroy X artifacts, X target artifacts and or enchantments. Holy cow. That is, you could blow someone out with this card so bad. Or target player gains twice X life. This is an amazing card. Because this counters, this like if you tech, this is an amazing sideboard card, I should say. Because this completely destroys 2 types of decks. If someone is running an aggro deck and I have this on my sideboard, I bring it in. And if I pay 3 or 4, right, I'm gaining 8, I'm gaining 6, 8, you know, depending on what turn it is, maybe a lot more. Or if it's an artifacts enchantment deck, I just completely for not that, right? Because paying 1 mana, I mean, I'll pay 3 to destroy 1 artifact, 4 to destroy 2. But the more you scale up there, if they've built up this whole board of artifacts and enchantments, it's like, man, I could pay 6 or 7 and I just destroy like 4 or 5 artifacts. That's nuts. That'll completely ruin you. Ruin you, I say. Keep on drinking this coffee. We're going to ignore these uncommons. We're just going straight to our Nightmare Shepherd. A 4-mana 4/4 flyer that whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of the creature, except it's a 1/1 and it's a nightmare in addition to other types. This is a sweet card. It's a demon, but this ability... So the flying 4/4 is fine on its own. But the cool part is... The cool part is if you have creatures with enter the battlefield effects, right? They die. Or even leave the battlefield effects, right? They die, they get exiled. I get a 1/1 that's going to re-trigger it, and there's a lot of them. So one was the guy we saw earlier, the Grey Merchant of Asma, whatever it is. But also I'm even thinking of some of the, what are they? The Cavaliers. So like Cavalier Knight, that thing when it comes into play, it you can sack another creature and destroy one of your opponent's creatures. It's pretty sweet. It's a good combo. It's a good card to go with those. I don't know, it might not be good enough. We'll see. Sacrifice a creature, each opponent lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's whatever. Lagana Band Storyteller is a 4-mana 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may put target enchantment card from your graveyard on top of your library. If you do, gain life equal to its mana cost. Probably not going to see play, but it's a cool card. And then I've got an enchantment aura, Impending Doom, which has really cool art. I like this. But anyways, it's 3-mana aura, enchant creature. It gets +3/+3 and attacks each combat if able. And when an enchanted creature dies, Impending Doom deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. Oh. See what a rare is? Urboros Black-Hearted, which is a mythic rare, a 4-mana 5/6 that's indestructible. So this is one of the gods. Indestructible as long as your devotion to black is less than 5. Urboros isn't a creature. Whenever another creature control you dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. And then for 2 mana, sacrifice another creature. Target creature gets -2/-1. Okay, so just a sack outlet. I actually don't know if he's that good. If your devotion to black ramps up fast enough, like this 4-mana 5/6 obviously is great. That's indestructible. That's really annoying. But the sacrifice thing, the pay 2 life draw card, that could be good. It's just not clear to me. It'll be fun to try and make a sacrifice deck around it. So I've got uncommon here. When it enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to your devotion to green, a 3-mana 2/2. Commanding Presence. We've seen this already. What's our rare? Protean Thought, Mage, Thought. Thaumaturge, we've seen it. Still going. See what our rare is. Idyllic Tutor. We have seen that one. Nothing wrong with Idyllic Tutor. And next we've got Temple, another Temple, the red-green Temple. That's good. Great card. Next up, Thassa's Intervention. Okay, so now we're starting to see the repeats. Target opponent reveals their hand. So this is a 2-mana. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an on-land card from it or card from their graveyard. Exile that card. You lose 1 life. Wow, this is a great card. 2-mana discard. It exiles it too. Arasta the Endless Web is a legendary enchantment creature with reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery card, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. This isn't that bad. This is annoying. 4-mana 3/5 that whenever if an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, I just get to make spiders. That's pretty cool. I got nothing against that. Purifying Water. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield on your control, target creature gets +1/+1. Nah. Heliod's Intervention. We've seen that one. That's a great one to have 2 of. I think we've seen these. Yep. So our rare, Ephemia, the Cacophony. We haven't seen this one yet. Flying. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile an enchantment card from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. How many enchantments am I going to have in my graveyard? That is the question. I don't know. This is yet to be seen. Yet to be seen how good that's going to be. Nessian Hornbeetle. At the beginning of your combat, if on your turn, if you control another creature power 4 or greater, put a +1/+ counter on it. Could be good. We've got, Destiny Spinner. This is one of the best cards in this set. It looks like I already got one. It's a 2-mana 2/3 that says creature enchantment spells you control can't be countered, and then you can pay 4. Target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is the number of enchantments you control. It's still land. This card is so pushed. Holy cow. A 2-mana 2/3, which is already better stats than average. Creature and enchantment spells you control can't be countered, so it completely destroys any deck that relies on counter spells. And then, worst case, right? I can, if I have no more cards in hand, but I have a lot of enchantments, I can start turning my lands into XX elementals with trample and haste. Jesus Christ, card's nuts. Taranika, a Crowan Veteran. This is a rare 3-mana 3/3 vigilance. Whenever it attacks, untap another target creature you control. Until end of turn, that creature has base, power, and toughness 4/4 and gains indestructible. Interesting. So if I think about this right, I'll declare her as an attacker and another creature. That creature will tap in the declaration. This will trigger, and I'll immediately get to untap that creature. I think that's how that works. So that's pretty good, right? You can turn she comes down on 3. I've played maybe a 1/1, right? And now all of a sudden I've got a 3/3 and a 4/4 attacking. It's amazing. Simply amazing. Hydra's Growth. Enchant creature enters the battlefield. So when Hydra's Growth enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number. Oh my god, double the number of +1/+1 counters on enchanted creature. This is like one of those cards where it's really probably not that good, right? Because if the creature just dies, it's over. But basically, if this goes on any creature of size with trample, like you're just dead in a turn, right? Like in a few turns, especially if it's like a creature that already uses +1/+1 counters in some way, like a lot of the Hydras, for instance. See our rares. Underworld Breach. This art looks amazing. Look at that stuff. Look at that guy. It's an enchantment for 2. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. Okay. So you pay the mana cost of the card and exile 3 cards from your graveyard, and this has escape. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. Oh, so this only lasts for a turn. Huh. 2 mana, I get to play stuff from my graveyard again. And then I lose the ability. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as that good, but We'll see. Ooh, this is a good one. Calyx, Destiny's Hand. Happy to see you, Calyx. He is a 4-mana legendary planeswalker. Comes into play with 4 loyalty counters. The +1 lets you look at the top 4 cards of your library, and you can reveal an enchantment card from among them, put into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. The -3, exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. So it's like your prison realming kind of thing. Then the -7 is return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. This feels, we'll see. This feels, I mean, at least it's very on brand for an Enchantments Matter deck. Maybe even better for Commander, right? Because if you love enchant, you want to make an enchantment deck. But I think it'll let you make some fun standard decks at least. He's not too overpriced or anything. Meadowmize Prophecy is a saga for 2. When you play it, you scry 2 on the first phase. On phase 2, you choose a card name. Okay, that's it. On phase 3, when you cast a spell with the chosen name for the first time this turn, draw 2 cards. So when you cast a spell with the chosen name, so I have to play the card that I chose, and then 4 is look at the top card of each player's library. Interesting. Huh. I don't know if it's that good, because I have to play it on 2, and then turn 3 I have to name. Turn 4 I have to play the card I named. Sweet, spider again. Spider's rare. I was wondering if that was a mythic, but it's just a rare. Ooh, 7 o'clock. I wonder how close my wife is to waking up. We did not get that far in these packs yet. Whenever 1 or more cards is put in your graveyard from your library, Devour of Memory gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Put the top card of your library in your graveyard. It's a 2/1. It's whatever. Taranika. We've seen her before. Getting some coffee. Oh, yeah. Mantle of the Wolf. Ooh, more wolf cards. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +4/+4 for 4 mana. When Mantle of the Wolf is put into the graveyard from battlefield, create 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. I like it. Just gives you a little protection. And even if they kill your creature and this goes to the graveyard, I get the wolf tokens. If they kill the enchantment, I get the wolf tokens. So it's actually pretty good. It's a nice card. Temple of Abandon. Okay. Another temple. 65 packs left. Thassa's Oracle. Oh, I love the art on this card too. Little pearl. So 2 blue for 1/3. When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put 1 of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. Oh, this is a sweet card. The beginning was okay, right? Because I look at the top X, put 1 of them on top of my library and the rest of the bottom. So I just get to control what I'm going to draw, which is kind of cool. And then if it's more than... Okay. I just win the game if my devotion to blue is off the charts. Probably hard to pull off, but still a neat card. Another saga here, Binding of Titans. Each player puts the top 3 cards of the library into their graveyard. Okay. Exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, you gain 1 life. Okay. Return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. So kind of a mundane one. This set has so much graveyard interaction and graveyard hate. Like lots of ways to exile cards from people's graveyards. Perforos, the Bronze-Blooded. Oh my god, another mythic. We're doing great. So this must be the red god. I didn't know that, but this must be, he's like the Ares equivalent. So a 7/6 indestructible for 5. If your devotion is to red is less than 5, he's not a creature. Other creatures you control have haste. That is an annoying thing. Holy cow, this is scary. And then for 3, you may put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand on the battlefield, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. This is actually kind of a scary card. Like, I'd be afraid when he's on the board. Like one of those, like, I'm gonna die really fast moments. Shimmering Chimera. Chimera. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 1 target enchantment you control to its owner's hand. Could be cool. Oh, another Temple of Abandoned. Boy, it really wants me to play red-green, doesn't it? Even though I want to play Esper. I don't want to play that. Nylea. Sweet, another god, another mythic. This is good. A 5/6 indestructible for 4. As long as your devotion green is less than 5, it isn't a creature. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less. I like that. And then for 3, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, you may put it in the graveyard. This is great. Wow. I'm super strong. Nylea is a good card. Not surprisingly, the Mythics are good cards. Tyrannica. She's a card I am not excited to see over and over again, frankly. I'm not an aggro player, so... Thrix, happy to see you again, buddy. I'm not an aggro player, so I'm not really that excited to see a white mana 3/3 that, you know, buffs your attackers. Ashiok's Erasure, a 4-mana enchantment with Flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target spell. Your opponents can't cast spells with the same name. Oh, this card is not so good. Because basically I can lock an opponent out of playing that card. When it leaves the battle, they get it back. Okay. But seriously, if they don't have any enchantment removal, I get to counter a spell. It's not even countered, it's just exiling the spell entirely. And then they can't cast it again. So if I exile like a Nissa or a Hydroid Crace, those cards that like decks always play 4 of, oh man. Just destroyed. Theros Enraptured. Enters the battlefield tapped. Doesn't untap during your untap step if you control Reflection. If you control a Reflection, and when it enters the battlefield, create a Reflection token. Okay. So I get a 2/3 and a 3/2. That's cool art. It's a cool idea. Hey, another Calyx. Wow, I guess we're playing an enchantment deck, huh? Are they just like giving Mythics away at a higher rate, or am I just getting lucky here? I think I'm just getting lucky. Acolyte of Affliction. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library in your graveyard. Then you may return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. I kind of like this card, actually. Because people play the Golgari Findbroker, which lets you return a... Is it a permanent or just a creature? Either way, they play that. Some people play it. I shouldn't say I'll play it, but... And Underworld Dreams is a 3-mana black enchantment. All black. Black is the cost. Whenever an opponent draws a card, this deals 1 damage to that player. I kind of like it. And a gold wild card. Or, yeah, a rare wild card. 6 more packs, and then I gotta take a break. I gotta make some breakfast, etc. See what we got for our rare. Ooh, oh my god, the Mythics. I'm getting so many Mythics. This is a great card, too. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, is a 6/6 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. So, if you play it for 3 from your hand, it just dies. But whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. Oh my god, it ramps you. Okay, this is kind of cool. And then the escape cost is only 4, so you could play a 4-mana 6/6 like the next turn. Oh, I have to exile 5 cards, other cards though from my graveyard, so that would be hard. Cool card though, amazing. I'll be excited to try that one. Next, a Mythic wild card. I'm pretty psyched about that. Not as exciting as an actual card, but Nyx Lotus, 4-mana mana rock. It enters the battlefield tapped. It's a legendary artifact. Choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equals your devotion. Oh, this is a cool card though. Especially if you put something in your deck that could untap this. This could fuel a lot of nightmares for people. Next up, Temple of Malice. That's great to get. The truth is, right, I should just be spending wild cards on those temples. So it's better to draw them because... Okay, I don't need any more of this guy. The Endless Web creature. Spider, you were cool the first time I drew you. You're not cool anymore. How are we doing on time? 7:09. Thassa's Oracle. Let's do one more pack, and then I'm going to take a break here. Come back later and do this. Oh, hello. Here's the blue mana legendary one. We didn't see you. A 3-mana 0/3 whose power is equal to your devotion to blue. Creatures and enchantments you control have spells your opponent's cost. Target this permanent costs 1 more to cast. I like this card. I'd maybe try and build something around it. Another card here that I haven't seen. Siona, Captain of the Pyles. A legendary creature, human soldier, a 2/2 for 3. So much text. Alright, so when this creature enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura card from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature you control, create a 1/1 white human creature. Man! Okay, so there maybe is just a crazy insane tokens deck. Like a Naya tokens deck, because holy cow, the number of cards now that create 1/1s when you do stuff is crazy. It's insane. And a rare. Ooh, the first Iron Games. Okay, you get two. So it's a 3-mana saga. On phase 1, it's a green saga. On phase 1, we create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. On phase 2, we put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. This could be, this would be so fun with to try with what is that card that if it has a +1/+1 counter, I tap it for 3 mana instead of 1 mana. I can't remember what it is now. It's not Paradise Druid. It's another mana creature, but I want to try it with that. That might be fun. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards. Okay. So if you get this and then create a gold token, this could be okay. I would definitely try this card. It's probably not that good because again, in green. Well, this might not be too bad, right? Because turn 1, there's no 1 mana. This would be better if we had Llanowar Elves or something like that, right? Because then I could turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 play this, I get my 1. Turn 3 I'm going to play something for 4 mana, and I'm going to get to put 3 +1/+1 counters on my 2 creatures I already have out. And then I'm drawing cards the next turn, right? So I'm restocking, even though I've played all mana creature and something on 3, all that stuff. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to take a break. We'll make another video later, hopefully. Go through our other 49 packs, get all the gold, get all the money, all right? Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.